And we are live. Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. Today we are continuing the roulette build from last Saturday. So if you missed the last Saturday's stream, I basically, every time I level up, I have a roulette wheel here. And I spin it, and it decides what I put points into. And so far, this build is fairly focused, and it's doing surprisingly well, I gotta say. I honestly was not expecting a completely random build to do as well as it is doing. Anyway, did you hear about the new drama with Pirate Software? I just uploaded a couple of hours ago a video onto YouTube about it. But basically, like, the whole of gaming YouTube is brewing shitstorm about Pirate Software criticizing the top-playing games movement. Because they just woke up a year later that they don't have enough signatures under the petition. So now they are trying to find a sacrificial goat for the cause. Someone to blame. And honestly, I find it quite disgusting. I'm not saying Pirate Software is like a perfect person, but I feel like he did have some fair criticism about the topic. I was basically thinking the same thing as he was saying when I watched the original video about the movement. It is a good movement in general. I agree with it, but it is terribly undercooked. That's the only criticism. And in situations like that, you can't really go in half-cocked. You have to really come prepared for the conversation.
Remember to live.
Yes, I will try to do that. That is a very good advice. Probably the best advice you can give. Remember to live. Try not to die. Very good advice. That's the way of life. Like, this stupid NPC conversations in games are so good sometimes. Jesus, why are you all so horny? There we go. We have a level. Trying to do that level for like 5 minutes already. Okay, what do we get? Born to Fight. Born to Fight is this thing. Attack speed, strength, physical damage. Sure, that's not bad. More damage in early game is usually a good thing, I found. Like, it's better to focus the early game on damage and then throw some meat on your bones later. I mean, I was not expecting that, but this is actually not a terrible... What is it? Mate, can you just not do that in the background? That's so annoying.
Go with the spirit.
Oh, there was the way to... Oh, you can't do that anymore. Oh, I'm going to Act 1 town. Okay. So we are stuck with maces or axes.
Yes?
Traditionally barbarian
While
weapons,
we live,
basically.
we are blessed.
Actually, I wonder. I had a discussion at work recently about how Conan the Barbarian is considered in like pop culture as this, like, you know, this
Stay
strong
true
brute,
to you.
not very bright, very strong kind of guy. While actually
I
in the
greet you.
books, he's a
Remember
he's a
to live.
thief. He's like a rogue. He's muscular, but nowhere in the book he's actually described as like a brute. He's more like more of a like rogue in the book. And so I'm wondering, where did actually this barbarian trope come from? Especially that if you know like anything about working out, and I'm not really working out, but I know a theory of a lot of things. And like, if you know anything about working out, even in theory, you know that if you actually want to build strength, you're not gonna get big. If you want to get big, you need to actually like have a proper diet and exercise, specifically to get big. You're not gonna look like Arnold Schwarzenegger just from, you know, doing strength exercises. You are gonna get like a bit more bulky. But you will most likely not become a hulking brute. Like, if you look like that, that probably means that you want to look like that, and that's the reason why you look like that. Like, look at the statues of like great warriors in ancient Greece, for example. Yeah, warriors. They like live from being strong and fighting good. And they're not hulking brutes. So I wonder where that actually comes from. Especially that I read somewhere that actually the archery was the most strength requiring position or in a battlefield. Like the strongest people were becoming archers. Anyway, we have a level. Versatility. Honestly, that's probably the worst point we spent so far in this build. Well, going back to the strength. Yes, yeah, bows surprisingly do require a lot of strength. English longbows required around 100 pounds of raw weight. So it was, the archer basically had to bench press 100 pounds every time they were trying to shoot an arrow. Meanwhile, like the heaviest a regular frontline warrior would wear is like, if he was like very wealthy, he would wear like full plate armor that weighed like 20 to maybe 25 kilograms, the whole thing. And then, yeah, he would also have to carry the weapon, right? So like a sword or a mace, something, a warhammer. Like how much that could weigh? Well, it could weigh like up to 1.5 kilograms, maybe 2. Basically, frontline warriors were going around in like 25 kilograms of clothes and swinging around maybe like 5 kilos of equipment. One equipment. In general, equipment. There is no plural of equipment, I think. Because yeah, and that's like a pessimistic case, considering like full metal shield and stuff. And again, that's only if you were very wealthy. This armor is expensive. I mean, was. Still is actually. If you want to order an actual like replica, then yeah, it's still very expensive.
Yes?
I still love those little guys.
Take care.
If they released that thing on Spotify, I would listen the crap out of it. Right, what do we have? Two-handed, ignore physical. We have 2 notes. And it's near the entrance to the pyramid, if I recall correctly.
I give you to my ancestors.
I don't think if I would be very glad about it if I was his ancestors. Like, imagine that situation, like, hello grandpa, here is a crab for you. A giant crab, especially for you. Grandpa is like, what am I supposed to do with it? I don't know, I just thought he would enjoy it. Keep it as a pet, maybe. Actually, can you domesticate crabs? Are crabs social? I know that you cannot really ever domesticate snakes, pretty much all the spiders and most of lizards. They don't have social instincts, so they will never recognize you as part of the pack, because they just don't have this kind of instinct in them. So it's actually them domesticating you in that situation. You learn how to behave around them so they don't freak out. And if you do it wrong, they will still snap at you. Well, I'm not sure about the crabs. Yes, but yeah, totally agree. Couldn't agree more. Anything interesting, I'll take your chances. Yes, that could have said it better myself. Right, level. Two-handed melee. Oh, lovely, we can get one-handed melee. That would be very useful points. Oh well, rules are the rules. And of course we land on the singular, the most useless point we could get. Just my luck. When I was spinning for the class, I rolled one of two classes that I literally never played. And now out of like, I don't know how many options are there, like teens, maybe around 20. And out of those 20 options, I get the one that I literally get no use from. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna give right now arachnophobia warning. Because there is gonna be quite a bit of spiders around it. Actually, Joff, while you're here, do you maybe know if crabs have social instinct? Because that's like the most important question today. Crabs have yeah, that was the question. Do crabs have social instinct? Because like snakes and almost all spiders don't have a social instinct. So even if you try to domesticate them, they will never be truly domesticated because they don't have instinct that allows them to consider anything a part of their pack. And I don't know if crabs have social instinct or not. So the real question is, can you ever truly domesticate a crab? Because like, interestingly enough, there is one very tiny family of spiders that are actually social. They live with their family the whole time. They hunt together. Most spiders are actually not social at all. There probably is a crab species that is. But I would say they aren't. Yeah, probably most of them, but I wonder if there actually is like at least one family that is. They don't even have to be like, you know, fully social. They just need to have enough of an instinct. Because some animals basically give birth and that's it. That's the most social interactions that they will ever have with other members of this. It's like giving birth and doing the deed before that. Actually, a lot of a lot of male spiders. Hermit crabs surprisingly thrive in groups. Oh,
Make a call.
okay. So hermit crabs might actually have social link. They might. You might be able to domesticate a hermit crab,
Can't run
according to
forever.
Wiki. Yeah. I mean, I guess in case of biology, Wiki is fairly trustworthy source. Maybe not as trustworthy as like a science publication. I'm not gonna go ahead and read a science publication just to find out if crabs are social. There are limits even to my craziness. As I started to say, a lot of spiders, actually, do the cannibal is the actual cannibalism. I think it's called. Basically, after dogging, a female eats a male. Hello? What the hell? Hello, mate. Why are you just hanging there? What is that? Are you good? Need help getting down. I can jump pretty high. No, you good? Okay, bye. Nice to meet you. Actually, I wonder how triggering this spider would be to a real arachnophobe. Because I don't know, I never had a problem with spiders. I actually find some of them to be fairly cute. Like some tarantulas are fairly cute. I wouldn't want to touch them because I know that they could hurt if I do the wrong thing. I wouldn't really send them to a hospital because not a lot of them are not really very dangerous, medically significant or anything. But like, you just need to look at their fangs. Like, even if they just had nothing there, like they didn't inject you with water even then I wouldn't want to get bitten by those. So yeah, I wouldn't like to pet a tarantula. But I do think that some of them are adorable. I mean, they even have this cute little paws, this tiny claws, like kittens. And yes, I know what I just said. I know I said that tarantulas are basically kittens. I stand with that. If you look at tarantula's feet, you'll know what I'm talking about. Before you call me crazy, look it up. Look up tarantula's feet. And only then you can call me crazy. I've seen Zalatab's feet. Yeah, what's the deal with that? Like, honestly. Are Blizzard employees really that horny this batch? Is that what I have to believe? I don't think if you put together all of the cutscenes from the whole of Warcraft, you would not find as many feet and as in cinematics for just this expansion. It was kind of just one cutscene and then Reddit went... No, it wasn't just one cutscene. I've seen the new one. I'm not sure if because I'm not up to date with retail, so I don't actually know if it's like out in use already, this this cutscene, or if it's from PTR. But yeah, there is a new one. Haven't seen PTR cutscenes. I don't know if I've seen PTR cutscenes because, like I said, I'm not really up to date with retail. So I'm getting snippets every now and then when I stumble upon it.
Goodbye.
Especially that pretty much the only thing that interests me about retail WoW right now is, or I always liked WoW lore, and that is the only that still is a little bit of an interest. Like, considering that there are quite big plans for
Piety would have concurred with Eremi.
for Classic Plus, then I might not even go to retail for lore right now. Cause yeah, the SOD, Season of Discovery, is gonna become a fully like Classic Plus. It's gonna be. They're planning to start adding to it everything that was basically planned to be done in original WoW back in 2004, but was cut. So they might do a Hyjal map, for example. There are like I think 2 raids are being planned that were dropped in original Classic. I might actually try playing it on stream. Maybe next week. Because this week now, I was thinking that we could play KSP again. Because I downloaded some mods to KSP, including very exciting new planets. So there are basically 2 major mods that are adding planets to KSP. Oh shoot! I forgot to do that. But yeah, there are basically 2 major mods that are adding planets to KSP, and one is adding like planets fully based on our real solar system, and the other one is adding planets that are inspired by our solar system, but are in sort of KSP style. And I've downloaded the second one. But they're all they are still in KSP style. They are named in KSP style. They look in KSP style. And I didn't actually experiment with it much, so yep, I would like to try doing a series with a science probably mode. I could do it in a career mode, but I feel like career mode is a bit too slow for any kind of content creation. Because career mode is fun. On my own, I love playing career mode, but the downside of it is that you are doing a lot of the same thing. It's really grindy, and I like grindy games. Who the hell, that's why I like playing on most. That's why I like playing Exile. Give me a fun gameplay loop. And let me grind and I'll be happy. But yeah, I think for streaming, career mode will be a bit monotonous. If you want to grind, go play RuneScape. I did.
Just what I needed. More
I was playing RuneScape. Back in the day when it was the RuneScape, not old school RuneScape.
choice.
Yeah, there we go. Here she is. Holy shit!
I cannot do this yet.
Jesus! She has no chill. That was almost all my health in one hit. Alright, and it is that time. So I guess we will finish Act 2 next Saturday. Well, it went pretty well. We're doing pretty well. We almost finished the Act 2. And we still only died once, which I'm still not counting. Come on, face the camera. That's good. Alright, so on Tuesday and Thursday we're gonna be playing KSP, the science mode, and next Saturday we will continue with this random roulette wheel challenge. Also, check out my video on YouTube if you're interested in the pirate software versus stop killing video games drama. And yeah, about it. So see you and bye.